who are going to be sharing a little bit about all the wonderful learning that students are going to be engaged in this year, some important things to remember and keep in mind, and ways that you can help us at home. And then we also have some additional speakers who support kindergarten, who are going to talk about how they support kindergarten. So did you want to translate or do you want me to? ¿En español?
Yeah. Buenos días, padres. Gracias por haber venido el día de hoy. Vamos a hablar con ustedes y demostrarles cosas que vamos a hacer en la escuela con sus estudiantes, cosas importantes que vamos a tener aquí en la escuela y vamos a hacer con ellos y cómo ustedes nos pueden ayudar en casa para que ellos puedan seguir avanzando en las clases de kindergarten.
Okay, take it away.
All right, everybody get up. And shoulders. Good morning, and thank you so much for coming today. Welcome to our meet and greet. I'm Ms. Tepper. This is my third year here in kindergarten in Winder Elementary.
Hi, I'm Miss Knight. I'm recognizing a lot of familiar faces, which is awesome. So glad my class had a good turnout. This is my second year here at Winder Elementary School, and also my third year teaching kindergarten.
I'm either Miss Sarah or Miss Dell. I was Miss Sarah for 18 years. This is only my second year in kindergarten, but a lot of the older kids know me as Miss Sarah, so if they call me Miss Sarah or Miss Dell, I can answer to both.
I'm Miss Davis. This is my first year here at Winder Elementary, first year in kindergarten, but 12th year teaching.
I'm Hannah Haywood. This is my 7th year teaching, but my 2nd year at Winder, and I'm biased, but I love Winder. It's the best.
Hi, I'm Miss Collins, and well, I guess I'm the oldest person of this group because this is my 37th year teaching.
Wow.
I retired, and then I retired for half a year, and then I came back to work because I missed it. So this is going on my 3rd year here at Winder, and I am the EIP support teacher for reading and math.
Good morning, I'm Gina Webb. I'm the ESOL teacher. It's my 4th year at Winder Elementary, but I've taught for many years, 25, 26. I taught kindergarten, mostly kindergarten. So I'm like the ESOL teacher for kindergarten and 3rd. So nice to meet you.
All right, well, now you know who we all are.
But these people are not here.
All right, yep, those are the Paris. She goes by Miss Cheyenne, not Miss Couch. You say Miss Couch, she's not gonna know who you're talking to. And Miss Johnson and Miss Plunkett, right now they're with our friends in specials. This is our daily schedule. It's tentative for now because we have to split our Paris because there's 5 of us and 3 of them. But every day they come in with breakfast and we do the announcements and morning meeting, and then we do structured literacy. Do we talk about this more later? Yeah. And then the Paris take them to specials, and then reading we do large group and small group, which is when we need to split our Paris because the Paris help with small groups. And then writing, lunch, recess, math we do large group and small group, and again we do the Paris. And then social studies we try to rush through before we send them home. Oh my gosh. Why are all my bags back? With attendance, it's very important that they are here, but if they are sick, please keep them home. I always say when in doubt, keep them out, but let us know. Send a remind, send a note when they come back in, send a doctor's note if they're out for several days. Last year we did really, really good with attendance. We love when they're here, we don't want them to miss, but we also miss them when they're not here. We are here at 7 every day, and they are late if they're here at 7:35 or 7:30.
So our classes and announcements begin right at 7:30, and we start our day for then on.
Parent portal. This is the Infinite Campus, and we would love for you to connect, but you will need your child's social security number in order to do that when you get a lot of great information on Infinite Campus.
You can see your student's teacher, update your parent information or your pickup list in there, phone numbers and things like that, and connect to your students' grades and attendance.
And then also a form of communication. All the students have binders that come home daily. Please check those binders. We send a lot of fun things that they learn here at school and all the cute artwork for the fridge. Post them on the fridge. And then definitely, notes, you can send it to us and we'll send those home in those binders as well. And then the remind, please connect and join with your child's class via text. Our reading expectations for kindergarten is it's important for them to recognize and name all 26 uppercase letters and all 26 lowercase letters. We provide 21 consonant letter sounds and 10 vowel sounds, long and short, blending sounds to read words, sight words, and we're focused on them writing 2 to 3 sentences that will express what their picture is about. For math expectations, that's what give it to me, all of it, without the voice, but I'm going through it anyway. We're expecting them to count to 100 by ones and by tens, and count at least 20 objects in a variety of ways, and that can be done here at school with lots of manipulatives when we love for you to help at home with small items such as Legos and cereal. Fluently add and subtract within 5, begin to add and subtract within 10. Recognize and name numerals 0 to 20. Recognize and name 2D shapes and 3D shapes. And then also to solve addition and subtraction word problems. Letter naming. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so this is the letter naming fluency sheet that we sent. It's a beautiful paper that you see in your student's binder. And how you usually use this is, in our class we try to show them the letters, and you either have to allow them to recognize the letter name, so like K, F, M, in different ways. You see them in uppercase and lowercase. It's a fun way to show them how many letters they can do in a minute and how fast they can do them. But then you can switch it up a little bit and say, okay, I don't want the name, I want the sound, and they can do like different sounds, and they can do it faster. It helps them recognize the letters faster as they go. And if you want to change that up, you can use little flashcards, you can use little pieces of paper, all different letters. We also have letter naming fluency videos on YouTube, and I'm sure you guys are going to be getting this if you want to look at them, but it will be awesome to get practice at home, because the better they get at this, the better it helps them with their decoding. And is that right? That's me. Okay, so letter recognition, it's the very first skill children learn when becoming readers. So once again, that paper that we showed you earlier, it helps them start decoding. Letter recognition comes before reading awareness and decoding. So the more they decode those letters, or say the sounds and recognize the letters, they're gonna start decoding words. So if they already know, like, the word cat is cat, they're gonna start saying those words together and becoming better readers. This is our beautiful high frequency words. They are also called sight words. So this is also in your students' binders, and this is by the modules that we are doing, because we're doing H&H. So your students right now are in module 1, so they should be practicing the irregular words and that decodable words. In kindergarten, we're working on sending the little cards already for you guys. The irregular words are in black. Those are words that they need to be memorizing by heart. And this one's right here, the decodables, they can sound them out. So they will be, in my class, they will be in pinks, and they will be saying like act. They're going to be decoding those words. So all the words in the bottom, they can be read by them decoding. And then the words on the top, they have to remember it by heart. So it's very important, because they're going to be seeing all these words in the little books that they're reading. So it gets better. Other ways that you can help at home with their high frequency words is to playing. We can do lots of games. We can find those words, put them, you're gonna get the card so you can put them around in the living room or in the house, and you can get a photo and have them hit the words when they find it. You can do chalkboard, you can do matching, they can find little rocks and make the words. This is my favorite. My daughter used to do this. We put the words in the ceiling or in her phone, and she will flashlight the words with the flashlight as you will say them. You can play Go Fish with them. You can do some salt or flour and have them write the words as they're doing. So there are fun things that you can do at home through play so they can learn their words. And then we in kindergarten have multiple assessments. This is 3 of them. We have MAP, which is a computer evaluation that we do 3 times a year. Your students already have the first score for MAP for August. We'll do it again in December, and then we'll do it again at the end in May. So they have 3 scores for those students. Each student is performing in relationship to a local or state standard and national norms. MAP reports allows teachers to do better targeted instruction based on the student's strengths and needs. We also have DIBELS, and DIBEL goes along with those papers that we send in the binders, the letter namings and the letter sounds and the decoding. So practicing those at home. 5 minutes a day will do a huge, you can see a huge improvement on your students. And this DIBELS is the dynamic indicator, so it's 1 minute for each skill. And it goes like, okay, letter names, letter sounds, decoding, high frequency words, and they have to go real fast. So that's also being done 3 times a year. And then we have our wonderful, beautiful GKIDS. GKIDS is an assessment that is ongoing through the entire year. And we assess students on language art, math, science, social studies, and personal and social skills that are approaches to learning. And most of the stuff are kind of already what they're doing, so we're just testing on letters, numbers, can they count by tens, can they add, can they subtract, can they recognize shapes, 3D shapes, 2D shapes. It's important for you guys to start practicing their address, where they're from, what's your mom's name, because sometimes you say, what's your mom's name? Mom. What's your dad's name? Dad. Oh, they go, Chichi, and I'm like, what? So make sure that they have awareness to what they're from. And now we have our curricular resources.
All right, so like going off of what Ms. Tedford was saying, we use a curriculum called HMH. And HMH just gives us multiple different types of resources. One would be Waggle, which is a platform, just a platform that the students will use on their computers, that they will go in and do reading and math as well. And just different resources that they provide for our math groups, like our small groups. Also, you'll notice our 10 frames down here. Those are some resources that we also use in our classroom as well, along with our books. And you will notice that those worksheets will be going home for homework. I know in my class I do like send them home on Monday, and then they come home on Friday. Every classroom will probably look a little bit differently, but that's kind of how I do my classroom. Also, some other math resources as well. Okay, and here's our reading curriculum. It's still the same. We still use HMH for reading as well. We use structured literacy, which is like just going over phonics, like phonemic awareness, phonological awareness, all that. And I don't know if you've ever heard of Hegarty, but we also do Hegarty every single morning, first thing before we get our structured literacy lesson started. But that's just that's just teaching them like how to put 2 words together to make a compound word, and then how to break the compound word apart. Learning different phonemes, which is just individual sounds in the word, where they have to recognize the beginning sound or the ending sound. So we're working on that every single day, and your students are learning like all the different motions, which is awesome. They may even go home and like show you like, yeah, Hegarty Heroes, are you ready? And they're like, yeah. So anyways, it's just so fun and they love it. So yeah. Yes. Okay. This is me too. All right. So this is just a little bit of a graph on exactly how our day and putting it in perspective. So hours per year. So if we're assuming that there's a 6-hour instruction day, 180 days per year, and 8 hours of sleep every day, this is how long your student is at school versus like how long they're asleep for and how long they are away from school. So this is why it's important, going off of what Ms. Tedford was saying, on ways you all can help at home, because they are at home more than they're at school. So it is really important that it's also reciprocal, that they're getting it at school and also at home. So it's just some homework, a little bit about what Ms. Tedford was also saying about our sight words. I know in my class I'm going to be sending, just here for parents, we are working on getting them all cut out this week, so they will be going home on Friday. But just be on the lookout for our sight word flashcards. Also, ways that you can also work with your child at home is by going over those sight words once we can get them. And I know in their binders they should already have that the year-long list of your sight words. So just working with those, you will usually typically see about 3 to 5 words per week, and that is also decodable and non-decodable words. Also, it's really important to read with your child at home, even if it's for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Like, if your child can read, that's awesome. Like, have them read to you. Like, ask them comprehension questions. Like, if they're reading a story, ask them questions about the story. Have them respond back with an answer. And I think I sent out questions that you all can ask in your binders too. So those are some good resources that you can find. Also, HMH workbook sheets, you're going to see that coming home for homework. I don't stress about the date it coming back. I just want to see that they're still working at home. So if you're like a parent, you're like, oh my gosh, how are we going to get through this homework? Don't stress. As long as they're working at home, it's okay. There's not, I know I have said in my class, specifically, send them back on Fridays, but don't stress. If you can't get it back on Friday, send it back sometime the next week. Just as long as I'm seeing that they're working on that at home and they're getting that practice. So.
Okay, so this is how you can help your kid at home. This is just some basic language development. Just basically talk to your child. I know I have a little one, and sometimes Miss Rachel comes on as soon as we get home so I can just breathe. But just ask them about their day, ask them questions. Even if it's you're cooking, describe what you're doing. Just any type of back and forth transaction between your kid is very beneficial. Look for cues from your child. Just engage with them. Tell stories back and forth. Let them make up stuff, even if it's on your ride home. Just let them blab. It's good for them. Read to your kid. That's definitely the most important. If your kid can take advantage of different languages, there's a lot of research that shows that it's great for kids. And lastly, just if there might be some hearing loss, make sure you go talk to their pediatrician. They also get screened at school, so if there was anything, get something sent home. And then this is basically just talking about the importance, like we said again, of reading with your kid at home. If you take home anything from today, just read a book with them before they go to bed. Put it in your nightly routine, because it really pays off the words that they'll be exposed to in the vocabulary. And then this goes at home with our binders. This is our behavior expectations. We go over this every single morning on our announcements. We do our bullpup pledge. Make sure they have a positive attitude, act responsibly, work hard, and show respect. So again, if you don't have a binder, make sure your kid has a binder so you can have that communication going back and forth.
Boys Town. Boys Town is our social emotional. It helps especially with our younger friends interacting, because I know all of the friends this year are the COVID babies, so they may not have gone out into the world as much as older kids have, but it's like the asking for permission. The first thing is always eye contact. Make sure you're looking at the person who's talking. We go through all of them and then we review them, and it's the making eye contact, asking for permission, accepting compliments, how to share, all of those things that they need to be successful in the world, even as adults. The supply list has gone home a couple of times. We can always use extra things if you want to donate, like cardstock, construction paper, tissue paper, paper plates, cotton balls, Play-Doh, laminating sheets. We laminate a lot of stuff. Googly eyes, glitter. I did not put that on there. Glitter glue, sure. Glitter, I'm still finding glitter from 7 years ago. Composition books, I think we're good on those. Lysol spray, Kleenex, those, we go through those really fast. I think I've already gone through 3 containers of Lysol wipes. Oh, still me. Make sure your child has a snack every day. We do snack in the afternoon, although last week I did have to message my parents and say, I'm so sorry, we had Fun Friday and we forgot. Hey, they chose Fun Friday over snack time. Oh, well, mine label them in their book bags, so mine don't have to label them, but label the snacks, send it every day. Water bottles, please send a water bottle every day, and make sure it has a name on it, because I've seen like 10 of the really cute Pikachu one, like all over the school. So make sure your name's on it.
Recess has been hot the
Recess
past
has
few
been very
weeks.
hot.
Again, fall is not near, so
And
please
please
send
make
a water
sure
bottle.
that we only send water, no Coca-Cola,
Or
no
juice.
tea, no red dye juice.
Because it's gonna spill.
Yes.
It's going to spill because they put it in a basket, so.
Or they drop it and it's still open and it goes whoosh across the room. Yeah.
So water is always a good choice. And that's about it.
Thanks for coming.
Anyone have any questions? Yes.
As far as dealing with the cafeteria, I see that y'all have a thing to go to, you check, see how much is loaded onto their food. We've been checking our son Leon's account or whatnot, so is the lunch free at some point, or is it like reduced?
Do you have to do have you filled out the free and reduced form?
Yes, ma'am.
Then that goes through the cafeteria and they will let you know if he's free or reduced. I don't know how long it's gonna take them to figure that out.
We were actually together. When Dad is basically asking, how does lunch work? Is he, because lately he's been explaining that he's only had peanut butter jelly sandwiches. So
It's a
that's kind of-
choice.
Okay,
They have a
so-
choice, like,
okay.
in my classroom, I do the hot lunch choice, the peanut butter and jelly choice, or you brought your lunchbox.
Okay.
Because they have to be
Or
in
yogurt
line,
muffin.
or yogurt muffin. I switch mine up, I don't give them all the choices, because they have to be in line
Mhm.
the right way, or they get the wrong lunch.
Okay.
So it's always a choice. And if you choose the peanut butter jelly, for some reason my friends love peanut butter jelly this year. Like today, soft tacos. 2 pick soft tacos, 10 pick peanut butter jelly. I'm like, y'all don't like tacos?
So yeah, we have the menu in our classroom, and as they walking in, we're like, okay, today we have tacos, it's soft tacos. Do we want hot lunch tacos? You want peanut butter and jelly, yogurt and muffin? And so they have to put the little number where they want to eat the lunch.
No,
And
So
so
we have to tell the lunchroom in the morning.
we have to let them know how many lunch choices we have for each thing. And then as they go into the line, hot lunches go first, then peanut butter and jelly, and then yogurt and muffin. So they have to make the choice. So
It may
Is it
take
like
a
a-
while too. He might notice some hot lunches and be like, oh, that looks good. Maybe I'll try it. So give it some time.
I'm trying to implement, asking questions and stuff. What did you eat? You had a good day at school. So sometimes it's like you don't know what you believe or what.
A lot of mine come with the peanut butter
And
jelly.
it's just not peanut butter, the peanut butter, it does have the peanut butter and jelly, and it has a cheese string inside, and then he gets the chips, and then he can get the watermelon, the fruit cup, the milk, and the juice.
They have
So
to
there's a
get,
lot more stuff in
the
there.
main thing is either the peanut butter and jelly, but it comes in a little baggie with the cheese stick and the goldfish crackers or pretzels. And then they have to get a milk, and then they have to get a fruit or vegetable. But there's choices, so they get to pick as they go, like they get their hot lunch and they move on down the line. Do you want the apple? Do you want the watermelon? Do you want the carrot sticks? So they get to pick. They have to have at least 3 things on their plate, but they can pick one of everything if they want to.
So drink wise, just strictly milk.
I mean, they can bring their water bottle,
Okay.
but we only have milk. We got wet milk, we got chocolate milk.
You can print the menu off the Vero County website.
Oh,
So
we
you
have-
have this conversation, say, hey, today's soft tacos.
Yeah.
That's what we're
Besides
trying to
peanut
do.
butter.
And I have the pictures up on it, like when they come, it's like, there's the soft taco, that's what it looks like, or the peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
So we have the pictures.
So they kind of know, they're just like, and still, sometimes they get their peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and they open it and look at it, and then they eat the pretzels and the milk, and then they put the peanut butter and jelly on the side.
And I notice a lot of my friends will order what their friend ordered. So if they see that their friend ordered for yogurt muffin, then they order for yogurt muffin. So
Another question?
And so
with breakfast, do they have to go like to the cafeteria when they
No.
get dropped off? Okay, because I was wondering, I was asking Laura like if she ate breakfast, and she's like, no, and I'm like, are you?
We
eating
have a breakfast cart right here on the corner,
Mhm.
right in front of Miss Davis's room.
Okay.
And some of the friends will get breakfast on the way to the room, some of the friends can come to the room, drop off their stuff, and then go get breakfast.
Okay.
But if they don't come in with a breakfast, like I always ask, do you want breakfast?
Okay, cool. I'll
And
make
if
sure
they
to tell
say
her.
yes, it's like absolutely, she
Right.
usually goes back and gets
Okay,
breakfast.
yeah,
Like
so
she'll
I
put
was
her
like,
stuff away and then she's like, I want breakfast.
Yeah.
Do you remember where you're going?
Right.
Yes, and then goes the wrong way. Nope, that
Okay,
way.
good. Yeah, she's like,
Go to the corner, right there.
breakfast. I'm like, don't you eat breakfast at school? She's like, sometimes. I'm like, well,
Yeah,
make sure you grab
sometimes,
your
and then
breakfast.
sometimes they can get their breakfast and they get back to the room and they're like,
Right.
And then run out of time.
eat your breakfast, it's gonna be 7:30, let's go, and they just.
And breakfast is free for everyone. So if you're like, oh, I don't want to have my kid eat at home because we ran out of time or this or that, just know that when they come to school, it is completely free for everyone. Even if you are only on reduced lunch, it's still free, so.
And they will be getting homework. I think you did say that, like they will be getting homework and stuff like that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's dependent
We're
also
trying to
on
get
the
used to the
classroom
routine.
teacher. Yeah, but like we have our HMH books and it's not mandatory to do them with them. But like Ms. Nye said, it's like it does help because you are able to see as a parent like what they're about to start learning and what they learned already in there. So it is optional, but it's optional for you to know like, okay, my kid is actually understanding this, is grasping that. And it's so good because when they bring their binders, us as teachers, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're doing it, they're doing it. It's also time that you spend at home with your kid. It's quality time that you're not ever gonna get back. So spending this time with your babies and doing this, it's going to be very fulfilling for you, for your child, for us as teachers, because it helps them grow and develop a lot faster. So it's very important to just keep practicing as a game. Yes.
Is there any recommended books? Because I went and I bought like a bunch of Disney books, and these, even though they're thin, these are like chapter books. Each page is like a whole page. I'm like, we are not reading this to go to bed. Are there any books that like, I don't know, I saw Pete the cat,
Yeah.
like
Well,
those are
any-
not too bad, but
Any book in general, it's a good book as long as you're reading the book with your child, because you're the one that it's giving the vocabulary to your child. And you're asking them the questions of like, who are the characters? Where was it happening? Like asking them those questions, you are scaffolding them to see if they understood what happened in the story. But if you're looking for like decodable books, you have to like, if you are wanting to get something like that, you will most likely like have to find like decodable books. So that means that they are looking for books that like they know all the letter sounds and they're decoding those kind of books by themselves. So, and they're very like small books, like the car is red, and then turn the page. The dog is big. All of those are either sight word words and decodable words, so they know that they can read. But any book that you read with them, it's going to just give them the vocabulary that they need. Because in the classroom, we're not just reading decodable books, we're doing that in small groups, but we are doing regular books, whole group, or shared reading books, and we're asking them, like, I'm like, what do you think squiggly means? What do you think Keisha Ann did? What happened to her? Who was the characters? And we're teaching them like fiction, non-fiction. Is this a real book? Is this a made story? So there are doing above and beyond of what you guys thinking that they're doing. They're like, we're raising college students right now. So, I'm sorry? Oh yeah, rhyming is very important. It's very important. If you're outside and you're driving, you're like, oh, I see chip. What rhymes with chip? And they have to be able to like clip. Because they'll be like, what rhymes with chip? Rat. No.
And it should be a nonsense word
Rat.
too.
So yeah, and nonsense words, all those words that comes in their binder, just make them sound it out, say it as fast as they can. That's going to go a long way. But reading, we have reading logs in their binders. If they read in our classroom and they have Epic, in my class they have Epic. Epic is something that you have to purchase outside school, but for school hours between 7 and 2, they're able to log in and read those. They also count, I count them in there. So even if you read 1 or 2 books it's, within that month, that's huge already because they're getting that vocabulary. And if they have a tablet, they can read books in the tablet and they can do read alouds, and YouTube. You can just have them listen to YouTube, read aloud books, and they can do that. And they also have decodable books in YouTube that they can be listening to as they are practicing.
I'd like to just jump in for a second. In the EIP support, a lot of the work that I do with them for reading is like phonemic awareness, which is their oral language. So some night, if you don't have time to read a whole book, you can also do oral language, like have them break down like cat or dog into its individual sounds, or say the sound, see if they can guess the word. So any oral language things that you can do, even guessing, you know, what the sign says, or what the rhyming word is, or what, if it starts with an N, what do you think? Can they tap out the sounds? Will help them. So their oral language development is very important to leading to them being able to decode.
And I just wanted to reiterate about rhyming words. It is a quick, easy, fun game in the car or just at home, and just give them a word and have them to give you a word that rhymes with it, even if it's a nonsense word and something they made up, as long as they're understanding that middle and ending sound.
And you're going to see lots of hickory as we started. So if you see a roller coaster, don't think that they're we're
Actually
taking
on a
it
roller
to Six
coaster.
Flags. That means that they're sounding out roller coasters, or they're punching it out in a word. So if you hear that punching it out, it's like they're identifying.
Punch it out is we're trying to get the ending sound.
You guys ready
There's
to
a
do
lot of
that?
sounds.
We're
to
not
drop
actually
in.
punching.
We're not actually punching. It's literally it's the first sound like cat. What was the last sound?
Yeah.
So that's what punch it out is. We want to get the last sound because that's
Show
the
them
sound
the
they a lot
roller
of times
coaster.
drop.
Yeah. The
Sure.
roller coaster. Oh, like if the word is cat, they're gonna go. And
that's going for the middle
that's
sound.
the middle sound, and they're able to identify different sounds. Right now they're doing compound words, so I'm like, the word is snowball, snowball, snowball. So they're like using compound words, or we're doing like snowball, and I'll break it down, and they go snowball. It's a lot of practice that they have to be doing. They're doing substituting and deleting. So if you are very interested in Hickory, there's lots of videos on Hickory that are free. And you're gonna be like, oh my God, these teachers, how are they doing this? But it's so fun and they love it. There's gonna be lots of Hickory heroes in our classes. So if you notice that, Hickory is a huge tool that we use in our classroom to enhance their phonemic awareness. Any other questions?
Come on, one more.
How do they get the Hickory here? Like I noticed that like in the lines, like how do they get that? What do they do?
So on my class, I don't know how they do it, but on Fridays we do Hickory here on Friday, which I'm so sorry. I just realized, I was just telling my friend, I completely forgot to send out my picture on Friday of my heroes. And I know every class probably does it a little bit differently, but on Fridays I let the kids spin the wheel and then it lands on their name. I pick 2 a week on Fridays, and then they get to wear their superhero cape on Friday all day, and then I send home a certificate home to the parents. So yes, I think Saber's my hero.
Yeah,
And I meant to send you the picture of him with his cape on. I'll send it to you. I'm so sorry. I just realized I forgot to send that.
So I think, unfortunately, we have a class that's waiting to come in and have their library time. So thank you all so much for coming. It's fabulous to have such a great turnout, and thank you for all of your support at home as well.